Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, that was me. Pop. Okay. Alright. Let's see who's here. Alright, so that is that. Welcome, welcome everyone. Seems like nobody's here yet. Okay, 1 second. Actually, let me put the chat up. Okay. So I'm a little bit later than usual, so I apologize. So most of you probably watch this later, which is fine by me. Okay, so let's try this. There we go. I'm gonna get some of my logo in there. Okay, so today I'm gonna try to stay maybe an hour. I know it's kind of late today. Sorry about that. Was kind of occupied a little bit. Try to catch up on the news and and all that stuff. So apologize. So let's do a price update. I know most of you are gonna watch back later, so I'm not worried that nobody's here yet, but that's fine. Again, if you're here, feel free to write any questions, comments, and concern and all that stuff. Again, just chilling with GameStop price update over here, and then we'll go through a whole bunch of well, I'm gonna want to kind of talk a little bit about the bond market. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the meme coins. Obviously, well, probably most likely to be a lot more about meme coin again, and of course GameStop, how they are related, right? Okay, so without further ado, I can't even say that. So today price action obviously was very, very boring. Obviously, nothing much happening. But if you look at the volume right there, 2.2 million shares. Now, of course, this is not a indicative of the performance of the company itself. It's just the price action, right? Now it could go down even lower if if it ever go down to this price, and break through it, the next level would be 961. Whether that's going to happen, I don't know. Again, nobody would know where the price go until it's going where it needs to go. I'm not saying anything at all, so I'm sorry about that. So if you look at that volume, it's so interesting to me that this is TradingView and it says 2.2, right? But if you look at the chart exchange, sorry, you would see that the actual volume is only 1.4 million share, right? Why is that? Why such discrepancy, I wonder? So I have no answer for that. I just saw that right there. Another noticeable thing is that it's going up again. The number shorted shares going up by 75%, right? So like I said, is there manipulation? I don't know. I'm seeing all this shenanigans that happen, and it happens like this every time. So crime? I don't know. Just business as usual, right? So that's that. So 1 million shares being shorted there. Of course, again, they could close it out after hours, but that doesn't mean anything about whether GameStop's gonna go up in price or not, right? The fundamental of the company is gonna help that. Let me see what else. Let's try option chain here real quick. That's another thing I want to kind of make a video about too. Hi Manuel, thank you for joining. How are you doing today? Let's see. About the call option, I was about to say. I wanted to make a video about the risk of holding call, the risk of holding put. Of course, like everything, it has a risk. Even holding a stock has the risk too. It's just that, you know, you need to educate yourself on holding any type of security or any type of instrument, right? So as long as you know the risk and you're willing to take that risk, then that's on you, right? It's just more about information and kind of learn about all of these you know, apparatus, call options or whatever. So it would be interesting to kind of go a little bit more in detail on how that would work. But yeah, currently I just feel like I don't, you know, have well, I mean, I have knowledge enough to do it myself, but again, like I'm not a professional or anything like that. So just keep that in mind. So today or tomorrow, max pain would be $14.50. I'm sure they're gonna try to keep that price at that level so that there's no gamma ram or anything like that. But if you look at the open interest, hardly any, right? And this is why they don't want it to go up even over here, right? A thousand contract would be in the money. There's risk of them exercising that call option, right? And even up here, $2,766 contract being oh wait, sorry, that's volume. Sorry about that. This is the amount of contracts. So 2,000 would have been in the money, and 5,000 would be in the money as well if it goes up to $15, right? So it's gonna toggle between these two, or even lower, you know, $14.50. So be on the lookout for that one. It could change tomorrow. Obviously, depends on how many people would be down to kind of gamble, right? You know, there's a lot of gamblers out there. They might push that call option up, but again, that's if you have a massive amount of influx here. I'm not betting on that at all. So this is the put option. If it goes over here, there's more open interest over here. So it just means that if it goes in the money, the market maker would have to, you know, sell some shares into the market in order to bring that price over here, right? Again, you know, people have argued, like there's an argument whether call option moves the price or not. Well, traditionally it should not, right? And I think it's just my opinion. My opinion is that they should keep those markets separate, right? Whoever want to bet on the call shouldn't have then the ability to sell the shares to the public, right? Because again, the betting has well, there's an argument too. It's like, oh, you know, just because people buy and call and put, it doesn't affect the price or whatever. Well, if market makers want to bring the price up and down in order to make the maximum amount of money, you can't stop them, right? And since they have the ability to have this short exempt status or whatever, they're gonna do whatever they can so that they're not going bust, right? So short exempt volume was smaller to other company last time I checked. I'm not doing fantastics. I'm doing fantastic. Thanks. Thank you, Manuel. Wait, so short exempt volume, I want to make sure if I could understand this. Short exempt volume was similar to other company last time I checked. Oh, you mean like what? Which company are you talking about in particular? Swish, thank you for joining. I'd be curious to see that. For myself there. Short exempt So I don't see short exempt. I only see off exchange. Yeah. Like Apple? Okay, I could check that one. But keep in mind though, Apple have massive amount of float, so like billions of shares, right? How do I spell Apple? Can't even spell Apple. Okay, Apple Inc. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so 50% is being shorted. 24 million shares off exchange. Off exchange exempt. 0.3. So I'm not sure if we're talking about the same thing here. Short exempt volume. Is there any website that aside from this one that you're looking into? I'll be curious to see that one too. Yeah. Okay, so while I'm waiting, I don't know if you're typing your answer or not, but let's move on a little bit here. So before I go to the meme thing, let me mention a little bit about the bond market, right? So a few days ago, Jerome Powell's speech, right? He's not gonna do anything with the rate, no rate cuts or whatever. But there has been a lot of movement in the bond market here, and particularly, I talked about the 10 years before, and of course, like I watch George, the Rebel Capitalist. To kind of like understand it at a basic level, a little bit more detail, obviously. So I'm gonna link that. I know I keep saying I'm gonna link down below, and never had a chance to. I promise, like I will go back, and I'm sure if you search their YouTube channel, Rebel Capitalist, you would see it there. So. He's pretty popular, so hopefully you know who he is. But he was saying that the 10-year and the 2 years is the one that you should be looking for, those diversion, right? So what you want to look for is when the 2 years is going to be lower rate than the 10 years, and that's when the S hit the fan, right? The economy is not doing well. So Jerome wanted to keep, rate at 5%, and whatever the short-term Fed funds rate is, but the market keeps saying otherwise, right? The 10 years keep dropping down. So it used to be 3.9 something, right? Or even 4.1 just a couple weeks ago. And now it's even falling a little bit lower, right? Not much, but it's just indicative of, smart money's chasing that rate, meaning that they're happy with that rate for 10 years. And they're not fooled by the fact that, Jerome Powell doesn't want to increase rate, right? And so the argument is that, it doesn't matter what the Fed is trying to do, is that they can't. Eventually, eventually they would have to follow the market, right? They can't keep paying, more money, even, sorry, 1 second. Oh, they can't keep paying this high rate because, again, they don't have the money to do that. So, if you keep saying that you could pay 5% and the market's like, hey, I'm only willing to pay 4, doesn't matter what the Fed is saying, eventually the Fed's gonna be like, okay, we'll play that game, right? So again, that's just this discrepancy. A quick kind of update on that one. But if you want to kind of understand it more, you could also watch his most recent video. It's about 32 minutes. So, yeah, it's a good video to sink your teeth in. It's entertaining. Okay, what I try to say is that off-exchange volume and short volume for GME is not unusual. Okay, the percentage are small for other company. Like, okay. Well, I kind of disagree on that a little bit here because, again, like I said, the volume, in terms of volume, right there, short, what is this? Off exchange volume. Okay, you mean like this one right here. So let me compare it real quick. I think if you look at the percentage, yes, that it's kind of the same, but if you look at the number of shares compared to the float, it would be more for GME, right? Because GME has lower float. So that would be my rebuttal to that. So if you were to compare the two here, so I'm seeing right here is 63% though for GameStop for today. Again, it depends on the day, but 63% versus 50. I wouldn't say that's low. That's not unusual. Again, I'm not trying to paint any picture to say that it's so unusual. It's what am I trying to say? I'm saying that it's higher than any other stock that is within the market cap, right, of GameStop, right? Again, I haven't looked any like small cap out there, so I wouldn't know. But the fact is, you have this short interest volume right here, or a short volume reported of 75. So it's even creeping back up again ever since they create that meme coin there. There you go. That's just what I'm seeing. A recent spike. It was lower around like after Christmas right here, right? So ever since then, it's well above 60%, mostly, right? Yeah, and the volume keeps going down again, like very low. March, well, I don't know. I don't know when that MOAS would happen, but it is what it is. Alright, so, and then, let's see. Alright. Not that one. Okay, 1 second here. Okay, so let me address the SPY a little bit. Obviously, the SPY is all-time high. And I think I saw Kramer was kind of like introducing. Oh, tech stock, you shouldn't be worried about the overvaluation. You shouldn't be over. Okay. All right, Kramer. I see what you're doing there. Not saying it's not going to ever go up more, but I feel like it's running out of steam, right? Because if you look at the bond rate, people have been stampeding to buy bond, right? At whatever rate that is being, I don't know why it won't draw for me. Sorry, I was going to draw some lines over here. But this is at the peak, in my opinion. Again, this is my opinion. Okay, I don't have any credential here to don't take any trade based on this. All right. Okay, so that's the SPY. I'm a bit biased here because if Kramer is telling people to not worry, you might want to kind of at least verify that a little bit. Just a little bit. You know, you don't have to verify too much, but just a little bit. I hope you understand what I'm saying here. All right, so the bank NYCB, the Community Bank or Community Bank Corp, it's continued to kind of drop a little bit, but let's see if you look at the daily. Seems like the amount of buy exceed the amount of sell there, but the price still drop. But if you look at this one here, yeah, I don't know, I was just going through the historical price for this one to see if it's even a good trade here. I don't know. Again, I wouldn't touch this for now until, you know, I'm planning on kind of look at the balance sheets real quick and then I'll let you guys know. But again, hey, if I'm ever going into this, buying into this bank, it would just be a small amount, like no more than $100 here at all. But just to play the bounce, I suppose, right? Pretty high risk when you see this type of drop. You don't want to kind of catch the falling knife, so to speak. So yeah, just be careful. Kind of interested in that a little bit there, and then back to GameStop here. All right, so let's address the meme coin here. All right, there's a couple more people here. Dump it in March. All right, that's on you. Spy Moaz. Hey, it seems like a meme stock, right? It's quote unquote a meme stock. Nobody really, say that, but yeah, it trade like a freaking meme stock over here, and we all know why. Of course, like the rate cut, the rate hike, and all that stuff, bonds, and if you look at the bond markets, usually the bond trader knows a lot more than the equity market. Sometimes the equity market could trade, very differently than the bond for a long time, until they realize, like, oh no, and then you would see all the drop happening. But again, what is that saying? Like the market could stay high longer than could be solvent or something like that. So irrational longer than you could be solvent. Oh wow, okay, thank you so much for coming. Hi Amber, thank you. Oh great, there's wind drop again. I know it was like almost the first one, but Emmanuel beat him to it. Pack a lunch. Thank you, North Star, appreciate you. Hola Amber, yep, I'm with you on this one, yep. Alright, so when will we drop? I don't know when we will learn. I said SPY dump in March. GME Moaz. Okay. Ay. Wind drop is a bully. Okay. I guess so. Maybe check out the connected dot. Yep. Amber, in what way? Alright, you guys. So, I watched Moran's show today, and of course, like the space call and all that stuff. It's amazing, right? This guy, like, deserves a reward, and also, congratulations to his wife too. So, it's such a good feeling to have that, play right in front of your eyes too. So yeah, it seems like they're in a better spot now. So I'm so happy for them. But yeah. I just amazed at the guy's, work ethic and all that stuff, and still have these people coming after him, which is, comical. because again, the guy is knowledgeable about GameStop, and of course, like people who invest in it, I like to think that I'm knowledgeable about GameStop, thanks to Moran's and of course my own conviction as well. So I'm hoping you guys are the same way. As for Winthrop, of course, he thinks March GME Meme ass. Okay, why do you think that? Okay, you can't say things like that without example. Get to work. The market close. Oh, so you are a trader? Is that what's happening? What do you do for a living, if you don't mind me asking, Winthrop? Let's see. Amazon and Facebook earnings were great. SPY may stay high for a while. Okay, so Amazon, I'm curious myself. I didn't even... Is it today? Shopping. Let me... Hold on. That's funny. No, not that one. Okay, let me see. I wonder if they put this up here today. No. Alright, so balance sheets hasn't been on here. You know what? If I do Amazon earnings, maybe that would be better. Okay, wow. 12%? Is that due to inflation? Okay, so 12% up here on here. Beach. Okay. Solid. Profit margin up by 200%. Be 24%. Okay, so why the expectation is so low for this one? Is it on purpose? I think 20%. I'm sure they have like solid balance sheets, so yeah. Let's see. Wait a minute, am I looking at the right one? I feel like I'm looking at the wrong one, you guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, I might take a look at it later on. Okay, let me go through the chat real quick. You guys are typing up the storm here. Gotta trade the future till then. Okay. I can't actually say it's what I want, but the fact that you come here and picked on someone like Be More, no example needed. Thank you, Amber. Appreciate you. To even admit I'm not picking on her. She's a big girl. She can't handle it. Yeah, I could handle it, but I mean, if you're just trolling, like if you give me a like factual statement, that would be amazing. But usually you just troll on just misinformation. and you never correct yourself. It's as if you're just trying to throw misinformation around with no, explanation or anything, or sources even. Like the other day, you were saying that GameStop raised $2.2 billion, and then they burned half of that money. He's like, what? Like crazy, stuff like that. So, that's my last comment to Winjob. Not wasting any more time with you, Winjob. From Canada. Where are you from? Okay, have a good night. Bimo is tough and she ignores the haters, so that's all. Alright. We move to Miami. Alright. Much nicer here. Alright. Okay, people are having fun. I love this. Thank you, Amy, for that. I welcome any comment. Just make sure it's factual. I would be much appreciated. I'm here to learn. I'm here to learn as much as I can. And any information that is not grounded in misleading thing, I'm all for, right? So appreciate all of you. Yes, including you, Winjo. Appreciate you. Okay. So, all right, let's address this. So Dynamite has done his. I laughed the whole time. So keep on keeping on, Dynamite. You're amazing at like just getting spot on, right? So he was imitating this guy right here. I'm just going to, I'm not gonna click on his video, so you guys could watch that. But of course, like they're pumping, GME token over here, and the fact that it's being kind of pumped up as if like it's somewhat going to mimic the price of GameStop or even more, see 1000x or whatever. So be on the lookout for that. For those of you who are investing in this, I said that in the loosely term here. Wanting to put some money into this particular token, just know that when you do that, this is not GameStop. Has nothing to do with GameStop whatsoever, and there's nothing to back this up. So let's say if the SEC shut down Solana, quote unquote, you might not get your money back, just like FTX, right? And so just be on the lookout for that. Yeah, you might make a gazillions of dollars here. But be sure, most of you gonna lose because, of course, crypto. Of course, I am into crypto as well, but I only selected a few good ones that I think personally have some value in it. Right? You guys might disagree with that. I've shared, some of my thoughts on those before, but currently I don't have like more accumulation, so to speak, like additional accumulation. I just had what I had before, the SEC going after FTX and all that stuff, and about me on Celsius, and I'm still waiting, and it seems like the lawsuit has been finalized already, so I would be getting something back. Close to 70% or so, and I think that they have a mining co that come out of that, so I'm going to have some equity in that one too as the creditor in that lawsuit. So yeah, I'm waiting, and again, it's a really small amount here. It's not even something that I'm worried about at the moment, but it's nice to get it back. So yeah, I'm happy for that one. So just again, this type of risky investment, I hate to say it's an investment, but risky bet on this type of thing. And again, this is why I'm so frustrated at this, because it should be shut down right away, right, by the SEC. But imagine if they're doing it on Apple. Imagine if they're doing it on, I don't know, some corporation that is as small as GameStop, right? Or going after any mid-cap stock out there, it wouldn't be let fly like this, right? But yeah, you don't live in a fair system here, so what can I say? You just have to kind of be aware of it and not invest in this type of thing or put your money in this type of thing. And if you do, just expect to lose everything, right? And again, just because this coin exists and people get scammed, this has nothing to do with GameStop, as a company. All right. So if you invest in this, please be careful. Yeah, I mean, my thought I already shared with you guys last live stream already, that they're going to somehow gonna attack GameStop using that coin. It's like, see, people are losing money. It's a scam, right? Or just, what is going on? Or just outright, take that money and short the GameStop stock some more, right? Who knows what they're doing with it. And if you could trace back to who created this, who's behind this, I bet you anything it's gonna be the same bad actors, right? So just my thought here. Not sure what you guys are thinking. It's where his new Miami Kenny's new. Okay. Thanks, AMC Abe. Okay. I think Winthrop needs to do the learning. Okay. That's why I'm here. Sure. Okay, buddy. 100 being aware is the key. Yes. I know, like, it's one of those things, again, I'm worried about the newcomers, right? The new people who are trying to invest in this company, thinking that, crypto is going to be the thing, and, mislead into putting into that meme coin and thinking it's all about GameStop, right? And then they don't actually get the benefit of owning a share of GameStop, right? And I want to address the call option too. I think most people don't realize what the risk versus reward for that is. And I've touched on it before, and I don't know how to explain it other than there's different risk versus the reward associated with both of them, right? Whether you want to own the share of the company versus buying a call on the company or buying a put, right? It's directional. So when Curtis come out on Moran's live stream, kind of like being so disrespectful, right? And don't listen. He because Moran's doesn't do call option or do calls. It doesn't mean that the guy is not knowledgeable. It's just that I bet you anything he knows what call option is. He just know the risk of owning call option, right? So what it is that, the risk is if you buy a call, let's say you know that the GameStop's going up in price, but again, you don't know when, right? You're like, okay, I bet it's going to go up to this price, right? So let's say $40 from here, right? And then you buy that call option. So that call option has a fee associated with it. So let's say the fee is $1 per contract. Now $1 per share per contract. That's not the price right now. I'm just like making it up here. So you would have to, add that $1 to that $40 for you to break even. Okay, so GameStop would have to be at $42 for you to make $100 on that, or per share. Sorry, $1 per share with that. You know what? Do I even have the pen with me here? Hold on. Okay, let me try to. I haven't been drawing on my whiteboard for a while. So this would be fun since I have everyone here. I don't know if Lionel here today. Not quite sure. Let's see. So just so you know, if you don't know about this, I just have a new monitor set up. So this particular drawing pad is not calibrated to that, so I need to calibrate that before I use this. But anyway, so let's go back to the call option. So buying call option right here, buying calls has risk, right? So the risk is, let's say you know that the price will go up, right? And again, you don't know when. Now the risk is that there's an expiration date, right? Depends on when you want to bet this. So most people, do a weekly, again, like they do weekly, of course it's cheaper, but weekly, it's just too short for some people. Some people do monthly, right? And some people even do yearly option, okay? So the longer the time horizon, the more you have to pay for, in general, right? Again, on the same strike price here. So let's say you think that GameStop's going to go to $40. And buying call, just like Curtis said, hey, if you're so bullish about this stock, why don't you just buy call? Well, here's why. The reason why you wouldn't want to do that is because you might lose everything you got. Even if you're right, you could lose it. So here's the reason why. Because let's say, Moran's thinks that tomorrow or next week, the price of GameStop is going to go to $40, right? So he would bet on it. Like according to Curtis, he should buy, a $40 strike price. Now, I don't know what the price is. I'm just going to do like a made-up number here. So let's say it's 1 cent per share to do that because that's weekly. Now, monthly, you have more time horizon. That call option would cost more. So I'm just going to do a 10 factor here. Again, this is not the real price currently. I'm just doing this as an example so it's easy to understand. Okay? So for a year, you might have to pay $1 per share. Again, this is per share, right? So when you do that, then that means for the call option for this strike price costs you $1, right? So 1 cent per share, 100 shares, right? Right here. So it would cost you $1. So let's say comes tomorrow, right? At the end of the week, at the expiration date, GME went up to $40, right? So now, yes, you might have the ability to buy that share at that time, but you shell out $1 already for that contract to buy to buy 100 shares at this price. So that means you need to have money, okay? 100 shares. I'm trying to spell shares, you guys. I might just remake this video. So you need to have money in order to buy that share. If not, you would lose this money right here, right? The money that you buy the contract for. So the contract is just for your rights to buy 100 share at this price. If it runs above that, okay? So you would need $4,000 if you want to exercise it, right? And you would have to add however much you pay for that contract. So in this case, $1. So even if it's on that price mark, you wouldn't be benefiting because you have to buy this one, right? Now, you would benefit a lot more if the price hit 50, right? $50 a share, and you bought this contract. Again, keep in mind, this is a week, okay? Now, you paid $1 for that, okay? This contract might, again, depends on when it expires. Let's say it's on the expiration, on the day of expiration, right? This contract would increase in value. So this is where, you could, I don't know, sell. It's like, again, as it runs up, this contract would increase in value. So you would sell the contract to somebody who wants to buy that, right? So, yes, and depends on how fast it goes too. So again, like you could lose that. Now, if you do the long dated one, obviously, you just have to add this. Instead of $1, you would do $10 for this one, right? Now, within that month, if GameStop runs, within the month, like 2 weeks in, yes, you could probably, profit off of this. But unless you sell it at the right time, you might not get anything, right? And so the risk is that perhaps it's not going to run, right? And if they could control, if the market maker control the price point, like today, at $14, and hardly any momentum quite yet, like until you know that there's a momentum coming, you might have to buy this call option for a while. You might have to keep buying it, like adding on, like dollar cost averaging or whatever. But again, that's risky because you don't actually own the company shares, so to speak, right? So to me, that's a risk that I don't want to take, because again, being in this play, so to speak, being in this company, you never know when they're gonna willing to kind of give it up, right? So again, they could do many financial trick in order to keep the price down. So as we all know, I don't know if it's crime, I don't know if it's whatever. I just know that there's hardly any volume yet, right? My perspective is that it's gonna come, right? Institution is gonna come in eventually. They're gonna pivot. They're gonna do everything they can, just like how Kramer is pivoting or used to pivot on WeWork. Remember, I did a video on that too. And I'm not saying again, Kramer is not gonna tell you the truth, in my opinion, right? I think at IPO, the second IPO, he was advocating people to buy into that, right? Go look for that video on my channel if you want to kind of curious about it. He was like, oh yeah, just buy WeWork. I would be on board this time because you have a lot of heavyweight institution are into this, like BS, right? At the time they have like $22 billion in debt at the time. It's ridiculous. But anyway, you go watch that one. I don't have time to kind of show that, but yeah, it's like eye-opening, right? So, but my point is that eventually they're gonna capitulate for GameStop when we are profitable. I'm hoping it's this fourth quarter. I have no doubt, but of course I have to say that because I haven't seen the number in my yet, so I could only speculate. But yeah, it's gonna be a good quarter. And I don't know, like maybe they don't even care. Okay, if they don't care, well, we'll make some more money and then see if they would sit on the sideline, right? My perspective is like they're not gonna miss on earnings, like great companies that earns actually have good leadership and good balance sheets. So all right, so there you go. I think that's a good one. Technically, all Canadians are cool. Okay. Yeah, but some Canadians are cool. Of course, of course. I'm not. Just because Curtis is Canadian, I'm not. I'm not hating on Canadians. I know a lot of Canadian in my life too. So, yes. Alright, guys. Any questions? I don't know. I'm sure you guys, this is review for most of you, but really I'm doing this for Lionel so he could understand call option a little bit better. That's okay though. I mean, to me, it's too complicated for people to kind of grasp. But I played call option before. I played put, but again, like it's really small account that I have just to learn about it, how it works and all that stuff. And I've never made any significant amount of money. Of course, I probably do it wrong. Not to say that it's a terrible instrument to have. It's meant for hedging. It's not really meant for making you rich beyond belief here. How many option traders out there are billionaires that right? Perhaps, I don't know, maybe Gunlock, but he's not even option, he's bond trader, right? So, yeah, I can't think of anyone who is known for option trader. I don't know. What's that guy? The Big Short guy? Michael something? Yeah. But he's not even he just short the share, right? Like straight up shorting bank stock or something like that. I don't know. I don't even know my history here. Alright, so it seems like everybody's quiet right now. I guess if you don't have any question, I might just have to let you go. Okay, so let me make sure I show you everything that I wanted to. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at the Amazon and Meta, right? You said Facebook is doing good. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so I did the bond thing. I think that's all I have, you guys. This is a good Michael Berry. There you go. Yes, the Big Short. But was he an option trader? I don't think so. Have a good night. Thank you, Amber. I appreciate you coming in. But yeah, Michael Berry. I don't think he's an option trader. But my point is that I don't think anybody who is like trading in and out is a billionaire. I think they're more like a rare commodity here. But okay, so I guess that's all I have for you guys. I appreciate all of you coming in. Tomorrow I might come in a little bit earlier than this. Sorry about that. Usually I start my show around 7:30. So I could kind of go a little bit further. But okay, so I'll see